What's going on, people? Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to United View. What's going on, man? Do you know what? Blessings and greetings to everyone. Smiles on faces. That's the first thing before we get involved in today's video, which is obviously football related, Man United related. Big love to everyone. It's tough at the moment, so keep smiling, keep your spirits up, and let's do the roll call. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know what time of day it is, how you lot are feeling, because we can all do with a little bit of a pick me up. We can all do with a little bit of a pick me up. That's one thing for sure. But we've got a lot to talk about today. Ragnick's United shake-up. Ragnick's United shake-up. Cavani tempted by Barcelona as well. We've seen that a lot in the news. And you know what? The way that Ralph Ragnick's going to play this, for me, is actually quite interesting, because it's like he's not willing to just let everyone go. There's some players that he's like, nah, you're not going. But at the same time, he's kind of coming out and saying, players who don't want to be part of this, players who don't want to play for the club, I only want to work with those players. So, let's see how it pans out. 11 p.m. in Australia, says Danlo. Just play Cavani and Ronaldo together. Cavani is good with the link-up plays. It will be a fiery duo like Wazza and RVP. And VK says, evening from Bangkok Flex, and my shoes are removed. Like that. Smash a like on the way in. Kristen says, Colchester, Essex. Hold out all the Essex crew as well. And Mr. Chris B17 says, was hoping to see you guys today at the match, hopefully on the rescheduled date. Any news on that? We haven't heard any news on that yet. Mr. Chris, apologies, man, that you had to miss out on that. A lot of people would have been planned travel to go to the Brighton game, and obviously that was postponed. So as soon as we get any information on when it will be rescheduled, we'll obviously let you guys know. But Ralph Ragnick's shake-up, and I think the shake-up's going to come in January, but maybe not as we think it will. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe not as we think it will, to be honest, because look, the Martial thing, I think if the right offer comes in, he's going to go. The Donny situation, he's come out and said he's part of the plans. He's not going anywhere. The Cavani situation is interesting, because Cavani's like a little bit of a cult hero already at Man United. You know, when you're at the away games or at the home games, you've got the Cavani song ringing out. He's a very likable character. And when Cavani has played, let's not get it twisted, he's been good. He's been good. But no matter how much we like Cavani and love him as a cult hero and really like what he's done, especially as we all thought it was a panic buy at the time, he's not that available. The injury record, we knew, and that's not even a dig at Cavani. He has always been that. Even before he come from PSG, when he kind of his contract expired, he hadn't played for a long time because of injury. And it's like now we're in a new dawn with Ralph Rangnick, with the 4-2-2 formation. You look at it and you're like, we do kind of want to see him up front with Ronaldo. That would be good. You think of how tenacious Cavani is. You think of how assertive he is, how much energy he puts into the game, and just how good he is. Him and Ronaldo would probably be perfect. But can we rely on it? Sergio Aguero retires. Big striker. Obviously, thoughts to him and his family. That was, I don't care who you support, even us as Man United fans. You can't help but respect Sergio Aguero for everything he's done in the game. What a legend. He retires under bad circumstances. And Barca are down a big striker who they probably thought could go there and help them rebuild. Cavani would probably fit that for them. Xavi wants him. It makes sense. So I'm like, do we let Cavani go? We've got a wealth of talent up front. You could play Greenwood, you could play Rashford. Martial wants to go, so I think that will happen. Do you let him go and then say you're going to put all the eggs in the basket of Greenwood and Rashford has been particularly poor? Or do you keep Cavani just until the summer and say you can go then, which is at the end of your scheduled time here, and leave then, but risk not having him even available? I think the answer's somewhere in the middle. Me personally, I'm quite selfish. I want to see Ronaldo and Cavani up front together, and I'm willing to let Cavani get back to fitness. We've had a couple of games off as well, which helps him get back to fitness. And I think he'll be back fairly soon. So for me, I see why Man United don't really want to let him go yet. Because if it clicks, if you can get, say Cavani comes back in January, you can get 4 good months out of him because he's fighting fit, 3 to 4 months out of him. I think that's all right. If you can get him to May, for that 4 months or even 3 months with injury free, playing up front, game in, game out with Ronaldo, especially in the Champions League as well, That's a big ploy. You know what I mean? When we're going away to Atletico Madrid, at home to Atletico Madrid, I want to see Cavani on the pitch. He's a big boy player. And I think sometimes it isn't about the longevity. It's probably more about actually what can we do in the here and now. And if Cavani makes us a better team in the here and now, providing he doesn't get a big injury. He's had that kind of long-term injury so far. So hopefully we can let him get back to fitness and then go from there. So me personally, I would take the chance. Let me know what you guys are saying. Jerome, this is where it's interesting. Jerome Abraham says, I truly can't be arsed about Cavani. He has done well when available, but let's face it, he has not been available often enough. Jerome, I agree with you, bro, in terms of how often he's been available. I do hear you there. But then the contrasting opinion, Danlo says, I would try and keep Cavani. And SM says, yeah, but we're always saying this about Cavani if you keep him fit for this long. Connect Real says Cavani will have gang assist if he's gonna play with Ronaldo. Jerome says 4 months out of Cavani, you're dreaming, sir. And James says he's been available more often than in form Rashford has. Interesting. And Mr. Kirby says, for me, Ragnick looks to be here longer than just a season. He doesn't mind selling if he could. So it's contrasting. It's contrasting in the chat. Not everyone agreeing with me, which is what it's about. Tabara says, Flex, the legend in the house. Big up, glory, glory, Man United. Big up yourself, man. You guys smash a like on the video and share up the video. Let everyone know we're live if you haven't done so already. It's mixed on Cavani. Like I said, me personally, maybe the naivety in me is thinking if we can just get him fit. But I think he's near fitness. I think it's worth seeing. If we can do it. Because if you think about it, if Cavani goes, obviously it's one less option. And I get it, he hasn't been that available this year. But it's one less option. Rashford's been playing poorly and doesn't look like a striker at all right now. Then you're putting it all on Mason. Say Mason gets out of form, you need another option in there, man. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's to bring Cavani in and out. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I don't necessarily mind it. Mr. Dada says, injury prone for 200k. It's about his mentality. If he is committed, then you keep him. I think his mentality is brilliant. I think Cavani's definitely committed. I just think he's a bit of a sick note. Geordie Toon for Life says, we will give you 40 million for Martial and Lingard. Hope you're well, Flex. Nice to see you, says Geordie Toon for Life. Big up. Let's get on to Martial. I saw Man United, well, some reports were saying that Man United have put like a 30 to 35 million price tag on Martial. Considering we put an initial 36 down, rising to 50 million when we first signed him from Monaco. And I said a lot of the time, and KG was giving me stick for this, I said whenever we sell Martial, I'm not sure we're going to get as much as we would like for him, or as much as we think for him. And I think that could be the case now. He's a player who's out of form, hasn't lit it up in a hot minute. He's not playing right now, coming back from injury. And whoever buys him, there's two sides of the coin. You could be buying someone who just needs a new home, who on his day, you know, we talk about Cavani where if he's fit, how many times do we associate the saying on his day with Martial? But there's a player that on his day can score you goals in the right system. If he feels like putting it in and being that consistent, he can. But also there's a player who is actually, after 6 years at United, you could probably still say isn't a guaranteed bagsman, isn't guaranteed clinical. Actually, in terms of clinical, his conversion rate is pretty good in terms of his finishing ability when he's in a rich vein of form and his confidence is up. Martial is shit hot, I will give him that. But there's a player that there's a big question mark over, even at this age. Do you know what I mean? Even at this age, and he's been around a long time. Young enough, don't get me wrong, to reignite his career, 100%. But I feel like with what the agent has come out and said, you look at the situation that's happened to Aubameyang, although it's different circumstances, the fact that he could be training by himself, or well, he is training by himself, but the fact that, you know, there's unrest there. I think, you know, the ESPN were reporting that the offers ain't even come in for Martial, really. Who wants him? Where's he going to go? Well, let's think of the Premier League. He's not going to go, oh, drop my mic. He's not going to go to any other top 16. He's not going to go Chelsea. He's not going to go City. He's not going to go Liverpool. He ain't going to go Spurs. Actually, Spurs, maybe on one of the wings. Maybe he could go Spurs, but I can't see them coming in for him. I'll be very surprised. The Newcastle situation, look, for Newcastle fans, my question would be this to you. Big player, big signing, big statement, name brand player. You're in a relegation battle on your ass. You can't have any passengers. And my observation of Martial is when the chips are down, he's not really a player you look to galvanize the team and lead by example through effort, through, his own performance level. He's a player that needs feeding. He's a confidence player. And if he's going to go to Newcastle, where the confidence is rock bottom, and they're literally rock bottom of the table, maybe by that time, is Martial going to be the guy to get you out of a relegation scrap? I'm not so sure. Knowing that he probably has a clause in his contract that if he goes down to the Championship, he's out. Money talks. You can give him 250 grand a week. Money talks. Martial in the Championship, forget it. Forget it. That league, I'm thinking way in advance. So imagine Martial in the Championship. You know the minerals you have to have in you to get out of the Championship. I don't know. Newcastle would probably be a fantastic team in the Championship in terms of the players on paper. But it ain't about what's on paper. Do you know what I mean? It's about grit. It's about the mentality. Saturday, Tuesday. The Championship is one of the most difficult leagues in the world to get out of. It really is. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that. So where does he go? There's talks about Juventus. Is he going to go Juventus? That could potentially happen. So it's about the right, money coming in for Martial. Mr. Dada says realistically probably about 25 to 35 for Anthony because of the wages, and 8 to 12 for Lingard with only 6 months left. That's enough to get a good midfielder for a striker. I agree. We'll get on to Lingard in a minute. And Nad says, Flex, I'm so bored. We ain't playing today. All the way from Nigeria. I love your content. 100. Do you know when we're going to play next? I don't. As it stands, I have to say that, let me have a look. The game against Newcastle on the 27th, which is our next game, is still going ahead as it stands. But there's talks that there's going to be a Premier League discussion on Monday to discuss maybe a circuit breaker. There's even some rumours / reports that England, so the United Kingdom in general, in terms of the government, might look for like a 2-week kind of lockdown. I don't know. It's all hearsay, and I'm not going to be out here saying it is or it isn't. I only hear the same stuff you guys reading in the news as well. Could be propaganda. There could be something in it. But to answer your question, Naj, nothing on whether we definitely play against Newcastle. Big up DJ in the chat. DJ says Martial just doesn't have the grit needed. He needs a team molded around him, but for me, he hasn't earned the right to be a luxury player for us. Yeah, I'm with you there, DJ. MWK360 says Martial out, Cavani out. Nice. Now we just need a striker that's willing to do the dog work, like a Werner, a Benzema. I think that's for the best. So a lot of people saying, yeah, let's let him go. Let's let him go. And I think it's interesting that Ralph said, if you don't want to be here, bro, see you later, innit? Is that simple? If you don't want to be here, see you later. I'm on that now. I'm not on none of this sentiment stuff. Since Ralph's coming, it's been a breath of fresh air. He's been here a month now, and unfortunately only played 2 games. So we haven't really got to see, the stuff on the pitch that we want to see so far. But when he speaks in the press conference, I like it. The same thing about Paul Pogba when he said, I shouldn't have to, convince players to stay here. It's Man United. Why do I have to convince players to stay here? If you don't want to be here, see you later, mate. There's the door. It's as simple as that. We have to get back to raising them standards. Paul Pogba is a fantastic player, but I'm not in the camp of, but if he leaves, it's going to be so good for them. Well, he didn't put the effort in here, and he didn't want to convince us that we was going to stay here. So he went on to pastures new. If he does good with someone else, he does good with someone else. As simple as that. It will hurt a little bit, but I care about Man United, and I care about players who want to stay at Man United. If you don't want to stay at Man United, the club will move on. It's as simple as that. Sawyer7 says, morning Flex, pick up yourself on this Saturday. Shout out to my guy Chazbot, who's got COVID. I hope your guy is all right. Big up Chazbot. I hope you don't have symptoms, man, or big symptoms anyway. I hope you kind of just, was one of the lucky people to kind of test positive and you're all good. Totally Warhammer says the only players that deserve sentiment is Ronaldo and David De Gea. Yeah, you look at what players have done at the club. Exactly. How many of our players at the moment have achieved big things? And I mean, it's difficult because our team our team hasn't achieved a big thing for a long time in terms of a Premier League title and a Champions League. All right, FA Cup, yes, but I think out of the crop that are there, you look at De Gea over 10 years, won the Premier League with us. He's won the FA Cup, Europa League, etc. Big player, outstanding service. Ronaldo, obviously with what he's done beforehand, big player, legend of the club. Jesse Lingard, won us the FA Cup, you could say. Martial, semi-final goal against Everton to get to the final. But other than that, there's not a lot of players there because it's a longevity thing, isn't it? Bruno hasn't been there long enough and hasn't won anything, even though he's done good in the short term. Rashford's been there as a youngster, so you're going to say, yeah, okay, big him up. But we still want more. Mason's only just getting started in his career. Scott McTominay hasn't won anything. Fred, same thing. Been a good servant, but we haven't hit the heights with him. So you look at the centre-backs. Maguire's new, hasn't done anything. Lindelof, all right, cool, he was there. Under Jose, won trophies. But again, there's no real kind of player that you're like, you have to ride out by this. I just want the best for the club, innit? And if Ralph looks at someone and says, this guy's not the right guy, or he doesn't want to be here and I don't want to work with players that don't want to be here, then so be it. DJ Talk says, Ralph's here to coach, not to be players' mates. He love it. 100% DJ, I agree with you. Exactly. Thanks for the super chat there. And that is it. He don't care. There's none of this mates race. There's none of this mates race stuff with Ralph Rangnick. Donny's an interesting one. Because he said, the reports are that he's got a desire to keep Donny and stuff like that. Look, as much as I love Donny and wanted to give him a chance, I don't know, man. Something's off. He just can't. I know it's only been 2 games under Ralph, and he started. So I say 3 games under Ralph. He started 2 Premier League games. He started against obviously young boys in that game, which was a dead rubber game. Come on late against Norwich. I don't know if Ralph's going to change it. I just look at McTominay and Fred. They give that energy. Yes, we need better in that position. I'm with you lot. I want better in that position too. But I just don't see Ralph. Changing it. I really don't. Like, Donny's got a big decision to make. If Ralph can convince him to stay, great. But I hope he uses him. I hope he doesn't fall into what we were doing under Ollie, which is giving Donny false pretenses that he's going to play and he's not going to play. But I do think Donny will probably wait it out, because if it gets to the end of the summer, and he still hasn't played, come on. It's World Cup next year. He can't risk that. He'll be gone. Julius says, Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. Do you think ex-Manchester United greats might sabotage Ralph's reign to take revenge for their mate Ollie? Nah, how can they sabotage it? I think Ralph is going to do what Ralph wants. I think he's got a level of respect. He's got a level of control that he now has. And you know what? I think what he's doing is making sense. How we handle this transfer window will say a lot. Euless, thanks for coming through as an Arsenal fan. It's good to see fans from other clubs here on the platform. Arsenal got Leeds there, actually. That'll be a good game. They'll beat them. Arsenal beat them. Leeds are horrendous. But yeah, with what Ralph's doing, he wants to get order and control, law and order. I said it when he was speaking about Martial, law and order, man. And to be honest with you, I think that him being there is what's going to stop the United greats from chiming in, and because at the end of the day, I think he will get us organised. I think he'll get us playing, and manage to get some good out of us. I really do. Marky9 says, hi Flex, do you think Wan-Bissaka will be able to get back in Ralph's side when he's fit? $1 million question. KG's fretting about this, and it's not about having an agenda against against players. It's not. Marky, I think Wan-Bissaka's going to have to do a lot to get back in. Now football's paused for a little bit. We've had a couple of games off. Hopefully we get back to business against Newcastle on the 27th. But for now, it's Dalot's shirt to lose. I mean, the performance against Norwich wasn't good, and we're going to go a long time between games now until the 27th. But 2 clean sheets, mate. It's 2 clean sheets. And if we beat Newcastle and keep a clean sheet again, that's 3 out of 3 wins for Ralph. That's 3 clean sheets. How do you warrant changing it? The only way Wan-Bissaka can get back in the immediate now, Marky, yeah, is potentially looking at, say, the fixture congestion. Do you know what I mean? Which we've managed to kind of dodge a little bit because there was no Brentford game, there was no Brighton game, and then we'll see what happens after that. So, I think he's going to struggle. I think the way he plays football, I think the way he receives the ball. I've said it a lot of times before. You don't know my feelings on Wan-Bissaka. I like him. I really do. I ride out for him. But sometimes you just got to look at where the squad's heading and what manager you've got and how he wants to play football. And to be fair, I think he could be in trouble. I do. Come on, guys, pump the likes up. It's Christmas, says Totally Hammered. And he will get chances because of the number of games that will stack up next year, says Mr. Dada. 100%, that is true. And Nash says, Flex, what's the role of Phelan? I don't know what he's still doing at the club. Yeah, obviously, Kieran McKenna's gone. And Ralph kind of spoke about, like, McKenna... not McKenna, Phelan not really doing anything. Like, what... He's not taking sessions. He's probably not leading sessions like with the video analysis and stuff like that. I don't know is the answer. I'm not going to be disrespectful to Phelan because, you know, he was there previously and under Sir Alex, and he's a fond person at Man United. So I'm not going to be rude about it, but I'll be frank and I'll be honest. I don't really know what he does. Henrik says, love your show. And collecting a check, says Mr. Dada, something like that. Abu says, something that pisses me off is Ollie is so spineless. So many Man United is not vaccinated. 10 days isolation. Damn it! Look, Conte was like, I'm with Conte. I don't know if you can force people to do stuff in it. It's everyone's own decision. I know Ollie wanted people to get vaccinated. He was talking about it. He said it's case by case. He said it's an individuals, but we are very much encouraging players to get vaccinated. I remember him doing a presser and saying that, but I don't get involved in you know, you must do this. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know how a vaccine could be perceived to some people. I don't know. I'll just stay out of that. He models the new shorts that the Megastore releases throughout the season, says SM. He's always in shorts, Phelan, isn't it? He is. He really is. So, look, as we head into January, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what Ralph Rangnick does. I don't think it's going to be a max exodus. I think at most you might get Martial and Jesse leaving. I think Jesse, let's get on to Jesse. I spoke to Nicky from West Ham Fan TV. You guys saw it when we done the overview probably a few months ago, and he said, you know, he'd spoken to some people, and he was very certain that Jesse Lingard would be a West Ham player in January. I just think it fits. I think with Jesse, even under a new regime, you look at under Ralph Rangnick, I don't see Jesse getting any game time whatsoever. Yes, he played in a 4-1-2-3 against young boys, and obviously didn't play very well in the midfield with alongside Mata and Donny. It didn't work, but I'm not saying let's judge Jesse on that. But Jesse's going to want to play. Jesse needs to play. I think he's at that stage of his career now. He's been at Man United for so long. When he went to West Ham, it just fit. Do you know what I mean? I don't want. I'm not. You know, it's nice to see Jesse Lingard as a Man United player, but when he was at West Ham, it just fit. He just looked happy. He looked like he was playing. You know, well. He was enjoying his football. He was confident. Yes, he fell short of getting in the England team from it. It weren't quite enough. But going forward into that December, that winter World Cup, that's going to be big for him. That's going to be a big reason for him to start laying the foundations now. So I think he will move, and I think if the right money comes in for Martial, he will move. If Martial's got a big problem though, because if the right money don't come in or the right suitor don't come in, he's going to be isolated. Ragnick won't play him. I don't think he will, personally. Cool says that's what he is. Flex, a founder of the memory of the past. And with Eriksen leaving Inter, could you see Lingard heading there? Inter Milan, maybe? Depends if Jesse wants to move. No, he's got his daughter, obviously family here. Depends if... I keep dropping my mic. Why does this keep happening? How annoying. Let me just move it forward. Why don't I just do that? It depends if he wants to move. I don't see him wanting to kind of go abroad. Personally, I'm not sure. Samuel, thanks for the super chat, says, are you fully vaccinated? And are you scared isn't legit? Are you scared isn't legit? Oh, am I scared it isn't legit? Again, it's everyone's own personal thing. I'm private about a lot of stuff, but I'll tell you, yeah, I'm double vaccinated. But make your own choices. I'm not going to be out here saying you better get it and stuff like that. I'm not scared about it. I took the choice to go and get my vaccination. You guys might do the same. Hey, Flex Bro and the United View crew. Big up, says John James. And big up to you, Flex from Sydney. Best unbiased content on YouTube. Keep up the good work, says Richie's DIY Fish Room. Big up, Richie's DIY Fish Room, you know. Bro, I am shit at DIY as well. I've put up a couple shelves in the house, actually, which I'm really proud of. But I don't even know if you do DIY. That's just your YouTube name. But yeah, just to bring up that I am so dead at at DIY. I really am. Philip says, undoubtedly, United and Ollie supervised over a rotten situation far too long. Ralph has to get thick skin because the media will come at him. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think he's scared of that. I really don't think he's scared of that. I think Ralph will do what he needs to do. He won't be kind of swayed by the media. I loved his response about the Martial thing when he said, I don't answer about player stuff in the media, certainly not to you lot. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you have it. So guys, nice little short one today, little 25 minutes. We've got a lot of stuff coming up for you guys. The road to 100k is obviously well on its way. We're trying to get to 92k at the moment. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and we'll be back tomorrow with more content as well. We'll have a full view for you guys tomorrow as well. Those are always fun. And we'll be doing some fun stuff as there's no games as well. We'll have to wait and see. One thing I do before I go is I think it's going to be a case by case. You know, there's going to be such a fixture pile up if the games don't go ahead. I understand. Maybe is it right to do a little 2-week circuit break so everyone can just get some calm? Maybe that. But I do think they're looking at it case by case. The fact that there's 5 games going on today and 5 got cancelled is interesting. I think we'll have to see what cases kind of come up out of the next couple of days in the games. We'll see what happens, and I think they're scheduled to talk on Monday, so we'll see. AJ says, Flex, would you let KG enter you for Messi to sign for United? Would I let KG enter me for Messi to sign for United? What do you mean enter me? Like convince me that Messi come to United? Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean. Wait there, have you just said a mad thing? He actually has as well. AJ, Flex, would you let You actually typed that? Wow, and I actually read that. That's very mad, AJ, what you've done. Is that what you're really on this early on a Saturday morning? AJ, I wish I had KG's button of you. An absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. But I can take a joke. Although it's not even a joke, bro. AJ, that's disturbing what you've done there. Like, when someone really catches you off guard and sometimes you can go, oh, that was funny, you done me there. You done me. Yeah. That's not even, yeah, AJ. Ugh. AJ, you need to do something today, man. Go and I don't know, watch a series or something. Watch Money Heist. That's, yeah, do you know what I mean? Wild West said, man, paid to say that. Yeah. Well, whatever floats his boat, up to him, innit? If he wants to spend his money on that, then AJ can spend his money on that. Wow. Anyway, keep safe, everyone. Everyone, look after your people. Reach out to you and yours. What I would say is I have seen, that's one thing I did want to finish off saying. I tweeted it yesterday. I've seen so much negativity on the timeline, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Twitter. I've seen some instances of some people taking their lives and some people just really, really struggling, really, really struggling. A lot of people getting triggered by a lot of stuff that's going on stuff in their life. We're with you, man. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to talk. I've got a lot of people around me who have been through a lot, and they are so brave. They just keep doing their thing. They keep rising. They keep being brave and keep being strong. And you guys can do it too. So if you're struggling, send some love to someone, message someone, pick up the phone to someone, spend time with family and friends and let them know you love them, man. Do you know what I mean? Not everything is about football. Football's great. Our team's not playing for the next couple of days or haven't been playing for the last couple of matches. On a positive, Man United are donating all the food from the match day, which is over 4,000 meals, to charity, which should be happening, which any team that was planning to play, any home team that's planning to play and the game got called off, that is the minimum that should be happening. So Watford were doing it as well. Another team being very vocal about helping the community. So yeah, lend a hand to someone, be there for someone, be a shoulder for someone to be on, man. It's tough times. It's tough times. But anyway, guys, I'm out of it. I will see you guys very, very soon. Keep safe. Speak to you all soon. Peace.